All right. Welcome back to another trade recap. Today is Friday, January 16th, my old man's fucking birthday. And you know I had to do him right by catching a dub. Ended up taking two trades today. Ended up snapping a pretty probably my longest losing streak in a while, I would think. Didn't start off 2026 too well. And this one feels extra good because I snapped a losing streak. So, yeah, ended up taking two trades. One got stopped at break even. Gave myself a second try on a model. And ended up banking. So, want to go over what my bias was coming into today, what I wanted to see, and honestly just my thought process before, throughout, after my trade. So let's move to the 4 hour. So if we look at the 4 hour, again, actually let's go to the daily. If we look at the daily, again, we have just been accumulating and chopping in this range basically since like the end of December-ish, right? We still have all these relative equal highs and this unfilled daily fair value gap above us. But again, we do have a bearish SMT with all-time highs, right? ES has taken all-time highs, NQ has not. So I don't know if we want to run this SMT. I don't know if we want to hold it and continue to go lower. I have no idea what we want to do in the higher time frame. All I see on the 4 hour is last night we opened up this 4 hour fair value gap. We come down lower. We look like we want to displace, and then we move a little bit higher, looking like, okay, we might want to go to buy side, right? So coming into the market, I didn't really have a bias. I was 50-50 on a bias. I didn't know what the fuck the market wanted to do, which is completely fine. There's days that you're going to come in and you just don't know what the market wants to do, right? So this is when you look at internal price action and you sit and you wait patiently. So, coming into market open, in pre-market, again, we continue to move higher, right? We continue to move higher outside of this fair value gap. I mark out buy side, I mark out sell side, right? I mark out London low, and I mark out London high, right? So what does market do at market open? At market open, or a little bit before market open, sorry, we end up shooting up and we take London high. So we end up shooting up, taking London high, and also putting in a bearish SMT. We take a look at ES, right? ES still, and at market open, had not taken London high yet. So we end up putting in a bearish SMT with ES, right? Now at this point in time, just because we put in this bearish SMT, does that mean I am bearish? No, that does not mean I am bearish. I need to see more confirmation that price wants to go lower, right? All I can know is, okay, we have a bearish SMT, right? We ended up taking London high. We've had our manipulation leg, right? We put in this 1 minute. We are respecting bullish as of right now. And we have all this generated sell side liquidity resting below us, right? So what would I want to see for me to take a short? I would want to see this fair value gap get ran through and us close below the change in the state of delivery, right? That's what I would want to see. So what ends up happening, let's run through price. We end up holding this fair value gap. So right now I'm just waiting, right? And then we end up closing below this 1 minute. Fuck. Holy shit. Bless me. We end up closing below this 1 minute, right? So once we end up closing below this 1 minute, even though we're kind of chopping back and forth, right? And we kind of close below it slowly. I said to myself, okay, we close below it slowly. We definitely could go towards sell side. I think we're going to go towards sell side, or we could just take this internal low and shoot up higher, right? So I ended up taking a short, right? Ended up taking a short, very, very, very tight stop, literally right above this 1 minute. So right above this 1 minute for value gap, right here, is my stop, and I'm targeting sell side. So really good risk to reward, right? But again, really tight right above the stop. I want to see us tap this 1 minute and shoot down lower with my break even right here, right? So this was my first entry. What do we end up doing? Coming up, tapping the 1 minute, getting immediate displacement lower, hitting my break even. What do? Move my stop to break even, right? Now this is a risk-free trade. I'm completely hands off. I don't give a fuck what happens. This is risk-free trade. My risk is on the table. End up getting stopped out on the very next candle, right? Completely fine with that, right? Gave myself a stab. So what do we end up doing here? We end up coming up, almost tapping the inverse, but we end up tapping this 1 minute change, right? So we end up tapping this 1 minute change. If we are bearish, we are going to tap this 1 minute change and go lower, right? Same with this 1 minute order block. So we are going to tap this 1 minute order block. We're going to tap this 1 minute change and end up going lower. But if we are bullish, right, we take this internal low, we close above this change, then I would expect this to go higher, right? So I'm just watching. I'm watching price action, watching to see what it does, right? What ends up happening? We end up going lower, putting in this 1 minute fair value gap, right? And I said to myself, at this point in time, we haven't closed below this down close candle, right? So we could still take this internal low, go higher, right? But what I said to myself is, okay, if price closes below this down close candle right here, right? We tap this 1 minute change and we close below these series of up close candles, I will take a short. And what ends up happening? We end up coming up, tapping this 1 minute bearish fair value gap and respecting bearish, closing below the down close candle. I take my short, right? I take my short, I put my stop right above the order block, and I target sell side, right? With my break even at this internal low, right? So again, this is showing me that we want to go lower. This is so fucking obvious, it's unbelievable, right? We come up, we tap the change, we respect bearish, right? We get below these down close candles. There is no reason for price to come back up here. There is no reason for price to get below these down close candles, run this 1 minute, come all the way back up here, build more price. Like, there's no reason for price to do this, right? Price is showing me right now that we want to go to this low now, right? We want to go to this low now. What do we end up doing? We end up shooting towards my break even, right? I move my stop to break even. Again, at this point in time, risk-free trade. I don't give a fuck what happens. And we end up dumping straight to sell side, right? So those were the two trades that I ended up taking today. Completely fine. Very happy with the two trades that I ended up taking today. And yeah, just the one thing that I want you guys to take away from this is when the higher time frame is so kind of unsure, not really giving us a lot of what we want to do, right? Because with this 4 hour, we look like we're running through it, right? We close below this, and then we come right back up looking like we're going to respect it. When we see this, and especially on the 4 hour right here, not a lot of proof to show us where we want to go. Focus on internal price action, right? Focus on internal price action and what you can get from price action on the lower time frame, right? Internally. And again, what did price show me? When we put in this SMT, okay, we get below this change, right? We run this 1 minute for value gap, and I get stopped at break even, right? Does me getting stopped at break even invalidate this model? No, it does not invalidate this model, right? What showed me that we wanted to continue going lower is tapping this change, tapping this 1 minute order block, and getting below these down close candles, right? That is showing me, okay, price wants to go lower because there's no point in us respecting bearish on this change in the state and this 1 minute fair value gap and this order block, right? And getting below these down close candles and then going back higher. There's no point, right? At that point in time, price is showing me we want to go to these relative equal lows. So those were my trades that I ended up taking today. I think I'm up. I think I made like $450 account. Yeah. So I'm up $916.96 right here. Again, it's just on my calculator, but yeah, ended up taking two trades today, up $1,000. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys traded well today, and I will catch you in the next.